This poem, The Palanquin Bearers, composed by Sarojini Naidu. This poem describes the Indian theme. It is the song of the Palanquin Bearers. Palanquin bearers are called just like kahar, and palanquin is dolly or palki in Hindi language. It is known as palki or dolly, and the person who bear it or carry the palanquin, they are always called as bearers. Bearers, that is kahar, who carried the palanquin. So it is the song of the palanquin bearers, and palanquin bearers, they sing to relieve themselves. Why they are singing? They sing, or they are singing in this poem only to relieve themselves of the boringness, of the tiresome of the journey. So no doubt that Palanquin Bearers, it is a very simple poem, and it describes differently all the actions of the palanquin bearers. There is a sweet melody, a gentle touch of imagination, and it increases the melody of this poem, and beautiful imagination of the poetess, they all increase the beauty of this poem. And along with Sarojini Naidu, she also uses beautiful similes, beautiful figure of speech, especially similes. So this poem, Palanquin Bearers. Now just try to know the concept of this poem, Palanquin Bearers. Lightly, oh lightly, we bear her along. She sways like a flower in the wind of our song. Lightly, oh lightly, that is very slowly, very softly, we are bearing, or we are taking, or we are carrying her along. Okay, her, that is bride, and also palanquin along, that is we are taking her forward, because within the palanquin there is sitting a bride, and the bearers, now it is their duty to take her very softly, very slowly to its right destination. She sways like a flower, and she is here is mentioned for the bride, because bride is within the palanquin. She sways like a flower. Now the bride is being compared here with a flower. She sways like a flower in the wind of our song. She skims like a bird, and another comparison of the bride is with a bird on the foam of a stream. She floats like a laugh from the lips of a dream. This line is very beautiful, because here is the imagination of Sarojini Naidu. She is perhaps dreaming of a sleeping child, of an asleep little child who is laughing, who is smiling in its dream, and the bride is just floating like a smile or like a laugh that always come from the lips or in the dream when someone is dreaming. Gaily, oh gaily, we glide and we sing. So the palanquin bearers, they are very happy, they are enjoying their work, and during carrying the palanquin, they are singing. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. So no doubt that the bride is very precious for them. It is very important for all the palanquin bearers, and the bride has been compared here with a pearl, a precious pearl, and on a string. String is here palanquin. So the palanquin bearers are carrying palanquin with a great pleasure, with a great happiness, and having seen all of them enjoying like this, Sarojini Naidu, the poetess, she couldn't control herself, presenting their activities, their happiness, and this is why that she expresses her views upon their activities, upon the activities of the palanquin bearers who are carrying palanquin on their shoulder, because the palanquin is always carried only on the shoulders of the bearers. So the bearers, they are moving forward, okay, her along, they are moving forward, and without feeling any kind of tiredness, they are carrying. Lightly, oh lightly we bear her along. So they are carrying on their shoulder the palanquin with slow, okay, lightly, with slow and gentle movement. It seems because they are aware of the fact that within the palanquin there is a very precious pearl. The bride is very important for them, and she is very delicate for them. This is why that they don't seem to be in hurry, but they are bearing the palanquin very slowly, very softly, in a delicate manner, and they are moving forward. The palanquin, when they are singing, so the palanquin is also moving sideways with the movement of the bearers. So now the bearers, they compare it with a number of things, because they are very happy, they are enjoying their this kind of activity. So first of all, they compare the bride with, we can say here that with a flower dances, of a flower moves in the wind. In the wind, when the wind blows, then the flower also moves. So as a flower sways with the blow of the wind, just like that the palanquin also moves with the song like wind of bearers. So that was here used a very beautiful simile, that the palanquin or the bride has been compared with a flower. Now it seems to fly upon the bubbles of a small river. That is foam of a stream, a small river, and foam we can say bubbles of a small river. It seems schemes, that is to fly. It seems as if the palanquin is flying like a bird. It has wings and it is flying. So again here we find a beautiful simile, because the palanquin or the bride is being compared with a bird who is flying, sitting on the bubble, so on the foam of a small river or stream. So such a soft, we can say that here is a very delicate representation of the bride or the palanquin, and Sarojini Naidu has used a lot her imagination at the time of presenting the activities of palanquin bearers, because they are very aware of the softness of their activity, of their action. She floats like a laugh. Again it is compared with a simile like a laugh, smile or laugh that comes upon the lips of someone while he is dreaming. And here we can find another example of a little child who always seems to laugh at the time of sleeping, and they are doing their work very happily. They are in a joyful mood here, and this is why that they are satisfied with their work, they are enjoying their work, they are enjoying their that kind of activity, carrying the palanquin. And this is why that here Sarojini Naidu is expressing their this happiness when they say, gaily, oh gaily, we glide and we sing. We are singing and we are bearing the palanquin, we are bearing the palanquin and we are singing. So both works, that is carrying the palanquin and singing, the both work are going together. So no doubt that in this line we find that the palanquin bearers, they are doing their work very happily and very joyfully, and going through the way they are singing, carrying it, carrying the palanquin, and they are carrying the palanquin in the manner as if it is a very precious stone on a string. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. So beautiful simile, like a flower, like a bird, like a laugh, and like a pearl. For example, are here sways like a flower, skims like a bird, floats like a laugh, and bear her along like a pearl. So never forget all these kinds of similes used here. Then the second stanza, softly, oh softly, okay, softly, oh softly, we bear her along. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. She hangs like a star in the dew of our song. Again, she is being compared, and Sarojini Naidu, she has used a lot of similes here. She has made a lot of comparison, different kinds of variation again we find here. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. We are carrying the palanquin very softly, very lightly, very slowly. She hangs like a star in the dew of our song. As we are carrying the palanquin, we are singing, and it seems as if the palanquin is hanging just like a star in the mid of the dew. So palanquin or the bride is just like a star. Now the comparison is with a star and a star in the dew. Within our song, she springs like a beam. Beam, that is the rays, and it seems as if she is twinkling or she is shining. She is springing like a rays on the brow of the tide. On the brow of the tide, that is rise and fall of sea waves, rise and fall of water, and she is shining upon the tide. The palanquin is just like a beam, just like a rays, it is shining on the rise and fall of the water. She falls like a tear, a new wedded bride. There is always a tear in her eye. Maybe the reason that she is going very far from her family, and now she is going to be unaware of everything. So there is a mixture of both feelings of union and separation, that she is going to be united with her husband, and she is also going to be separated from her own family. So there comes a tear in the eyes of a new wedded bride, and she falls like a tear. Now the comparison is with a tear, that tear which comes out of the eyes of a bride. Now here Sarojini Naidu, she is again just like the first one stanza, she is constantly, she goes on describing the palanquin bearers' activities in the second stanza also. And palanquin bearers, they are on their way. They are carrying palanquin on their shoulders, and they are carrying the palanquin very softly, very lightly, very slowly, smoothly, or very gently. In a soft way, they are taking it forward because they are aware who is within the palanquin. They are aware of that. Many comparisons, and we can say that many figure of speech, especially here simile. So many comparisons are presented by the palanquin bearers. We have seen in the first stanza all kinds of comparison, and in the second stanza also we find that they are again making comparisons, and they are moving forward, they are enjoying a lot, they are singing with their activity, and the sound of their song, the sound of their song, it spreads everywhere because they are singing. So the melody of their song is being spread everywhere, and it is just like dew in the mid of their song, like dew, okay, in the mid of their song. The palanquin is looking just like, it is just like a star. When it moves, it seems as a rays of, like a beam, as a ray of light, which shines upon the, it shines upon the rise and fall of the water. She also, now it is compared, now the palanquin and the bride is also being compared with a tear which always falls from the eyes of a newly wedded girl or bride. She falls like a tear from the eyes of a bride, and lightly, oh lightly we bear her, lightly, oh lightly we glide and we sing. So very slowly and very smoothly or very gently, the palanquin bearers, they are going forward, okay. We glide and we sing. They are going forward and they are singing in joy, with happiness. They are carrying palanquin with a great care. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. Okay, repetition is here. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. So they are carrying palanquin with a great care, as it is a very precious stone on a string. So this poem is very simple, but it is very impressive, very beautiful poem with well chosen words. Each and every word is very, very melodious, very important, and we find here the high imagination of Sarojini Naidu and the use of simile. Here is also hangs like a star, springs like a beam, falls like a tear, and we find that all the use of simile is also very suitable and very nice.